She believes the United States is potentially years away from another civil war. These are people on the left. So what I love about this is they're going to lie to you. And what you need to understand, we here at Timcast have been bringing up the possibility of civil war for some time. Many of you may not know that. And the response from liberals has always been to take clips and insult me and the show and say either we're trying to make it happen or we're crazy people for suggesting it could. At the same time, while they're putting out that outward propaganda to say, haha, look how stupid these people are, their experts and politicians behind the scenes have been warning them it is coming for some time. So I think the difficult question, or I should say the difficult scenario, the better way to put it, as we watch them engage in overt acts of terror against Elon Musk, and it is terror. They are attacking Tesla dealerships, not because they don't like his cars, not because he mistreats employees or any other accusation they may have come up with, but literally because he's working with the current administration. That is purely political. And while we are watching it happen with our own eyes, the media is coming out and saying, it's a protest, it's a protest, it's a protest. They did this in 2020, peaceful protests, mostly peaceful protests. They're not going to stop lying. And so you need to understand something. The people who write those articles and go on the MSNBC shows, do you believe these people genuinely don't understand what they're doing? I do not believe for 2 seconds that you can watch a bunch of black-clad individuals firebomb buildings and then call that a peaceful protest knowingly. No one is that stupid. They're obfuscating and covering up for their revolutionaries, or whatever you would want to call them, for their terrorists. And they want to keep as many people in the dark as possible for as long as possible and shift the blame to those that are being attacked.
Well, yeah, and they don't want you to, like you were saying, they don't want you to think that it's terrorism. They go out of their way to make sure to use softer language. It's like the fiery but mostly peaceful protest that we saw in August 2020 in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which was absolutely insane. Yep. And you actually had the Trump Rapid Response Twitter account put out a tweet, just like a video from MSNBC. I want to say it was Abby Phillip. Is she CNN? Whatever. Anyway, I want to say it was Abby Phillip talking about how these were not terrorist attacks. They're, it's just a protest. And then they put the clip of fiery but mostly peaceful from that summer in 2020 on the end of it, just to make the point. And that is the point. That is what these pundits are doing. They're very clear that they want this to be called a protest. And I don't know how you guys deal with it at Daily Caller, but I think a lot of times when we're running stories about protests or whatever, we're careful if you're occupying a building and beating up janitors at Columbia University, we're not calling you protesters.
No. Yeah. No, we don't sanitize our language. We call things what they are, which is the role of alternative and conservative media, because
it should be the role
mainstream,
of media generally.
It should be, but it's not. You have to have the alternative to present people with factual information. And one of the other things that I've been sort of tracking in relation to these Tesla attacks is when you had like one or two, you think, okay, is this just a handful of crazy people who really hate Elon Musk? But it's becoming clear that this is organized. They have a hashtag for it. There's actually a website, which I won't name because I don't want people to go to it, where they're not only listing addresses of Tesla dealerships and Doge employees, but now they're even including private Tesla owners. Yep. So just random Americans who own a Tesla. And if you drive around the DC area, you will see people, they've started putting bumper stickers on the back of their Tesla that say, I bought this before I knew Elon Musk is crazy. And that's a signal to their buddies. Hey, don't torch my car.
I think it was before the show, we were mentioning that Rudyard Lynch was wrong.
Yep.
He told us, he came on the show, what was it, November or something?
I want to say November, yeah.
November.